Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Leeds have just won again, 2-0 away at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday, of course. And we're going to talk about it today because it's a match reaction. Leeds didn't start the game well, and it's something that I think we struggled with against Stoke, and I think it's something we struggled with against Huddersfield. It's this thing of not moving the ball fast enough, not being enough urgency, perhaps being a little bit tentative and a little bit negative to go forwards. There were times in that first half, where you could see that Leeds were clearly trying to play the ball over the top. Excuse the crazy hair, I've had my headphones on. Leeds were trying to play the ball over the top, and they were trying to be pretty positive in their attitude, in their mindset. But I think we struggled to do it on the deck. Like, we played a few balls over the top because we could tell that they were playing a high line, and it nearly worked a couple of times. But we struggled to actually play through them and play through the lines and actually play football through them. Let's say it like that. We went direct and we did quite well going direct. But I think when we actually tried to play through them, we really struggled in that first half. And actually, for me, they had the better of the chances without dominating the possession in that first half. But what changed the game was in the 49th minute, the 5th minute of extra time, when it was already gone past that 49th minute and there was only supposed to be 4 minutes added on, Patrick Bamford scored at the back post. Really, really good finish. The ball from GNONTO played out wide to Firpo, who, instead of running to the byline and crossing it back across, he saw an opportunity to cross the ball early, and he just kind of took the ball where it came to him, and he just played a lovely ball that curled right across the face of goal for Bamford to tap in at the back post with his right foot. Good cross, good finish, 1-0 up at half-time. Now, psychologically, that is what won us the game. I really believe that, because I think the way that we were playing in that half, we were struggling to create things. And like I said, we were struggling to play through the lines and struggling to actually play football through them, other than playing the ball over the top, which is a viable way to play football, but it's not what we usually resort to. But that ball into the box from Firpo was perfect, right through that corridor of uncertainty, which we love on this channel, because that is what it gives you. It gives you goals like that for Bamford at the back post to put us 1-0 up. And like I say, because we were struggling, the importance of that goal is that their manager, Roll, he had a team talk planned. He had a team talk. He was going to talk about how the fact that they're still 0-0, they're able to grow into the game more. They can start coming out a little bit of themselves and go in and try and get in a win, play on the counter-attack and still be tight and still be solid defensively. That goes completely out of the window when that happens. And also, Leeds psychologically start to think maybe, we're never going to be able to break these down, even if it's not a conscious thought saying we're never going to be able to break these down, because professional footballer doubt that really goes through their mind. But subconsciously, it's like, another one that we can't get through, another one's been blocked, another one's been, passing lanes have been cut off. So I think it was important that we got that goal, because we knew then that we could score against them. And you saw when we came out for the second half, it was like a different Leeds team. Farke didn't make any substitutes. He obviously had a word with them at halftime, and I think he's had a very good team talk, because they came out in the second half and they were brilliant and they did exactly what they needed to do. For the first, half an hour of that second half, Sheffield Wednesday didn't have a sniff. They didn't really manage to get forward. They didn't really manage to create anything, because Leeds was so dominant. I think in that first half an hour of the second half, Sheffield Wednesday had 0 shots on target, 0 touches in the opposition box, and about 30% possession, because Leeds were just so dominant. And then our second goal came when this is bad defending, let's say that. It was bad defending from Sheffield Wednesday, but Leeds did really well to carve out this move, because Meslier got a free kick. So let's say it's in the right back position. Meslier takes this free kick. It comes over long. Bamford backs into his player, does what he does really well. Backs into his player whilst holding on, getting a good grip of him. And when the ball came down, Bamford just touched it with his left foot into the path of Jorginho, so it was literally ball over the top, Bamford to Jorginho. First time Jorginho over the top towards Wilfried Gnonto, who was just in on goal instantly, because the defender got sucked out towards Bamford. And then, obviously, if you imagine the Bamford and the defender are here, Bamford comes up to get the ball, so this defender goes with him, but that means that Gnonto can run in that gap vacated by the defender. It's simple stuff, and Gnonto was straight in through on goal, and of course he bagged to make it 2-0. So it was a good goal for Gnonto, a good goal for Bamford, assist for Jorginho, assist for Firpo, and after that Leeds really kind of cruised to that victory. There were moments at the end later on in the game where I did think that they had some chances and they were able to create stuff, but I do think that we also weren't too worried. There was the one though that nearly went in that we'll talk about two chances, actually. In the first half, they had one that could have changed the game. They had one where it came in off a set piece and the ball just dropped for Gassama, I think it was, their left winger, and he tried to shoot and Meslier spread himself wide. It hit his leg and bounced wide of the post. Really, really good save and really important save as well. And then there was one in the second half shot by Smith, I think it was, or somebody from the edge of the box at least. I think Smith might have been the one on the follow-up. And Meslier, it bounced just before Meslier, so it's one of those really difficult ones where he kind of palmed it down and it bounced straight to Smith, who just flicked it over him, and Ampadu was able to clear there off the line. But I think Leeds did enough and created enough to be the deserving winners in tonight's game. Leeds did create some more chances as well. There was the one where Gnonto poked the ball through for Somerville, and their goalkeeper, Beadle, made a very good save. There were some other opportunities as well. Connor Roberts had a shot at the end, which was saved wide of the post. So realistically, I think Leeds deserved the win, but I do want to give some credit to Sheffield Wednesday, because you could have easily had a Sheffield Wednesday side do what Huddersfield did to us, just try and kick lumps out of us, just try and stop us really from playing the game that we wanted to play. And Sheffield Wednesday went about that the right way. They still did try and stop us playing the way we wanted to play. I think they had a very good first half actually, and stopped us really doing what we wanted to do by being physical, but not by actually raking boots down the back of our legs and kicking lumps out of us and things like that. So I want to give credit to them, because they did come to play. And they did create some chances. On another day, you could see them nicking a draw or even getting a win. So fair play to them for actually playing football against us, because you don't always see that with teams that are struggling. And yeah, you could say, well, okay, they tried to play football against us and look where it got them. But I think you're more likely to, when you're playing games against teams of a similar position and a similar quality in the league, you're more likely to get the better of them playing the way that Sheffield Wednesday are than the way that Huddersfield are, if you get what I mean. But either way, I think I just like watching actual football match rather than a rugby match. But yeah, so they had some chances. I think Diaby played well for them as well at the back. He was clearing up everything in that first half. An absolute unit, that fella. But in the end, Leeds did get the 3 points, and it does take us up to second in the league. Of course, Ipswich have that game in hand against Cardiff, but they're the ones who have to go and win. And it's nice to keep playing ahead of them, because we get our 3 points, and then they have to get 3 points to match us. Hopefully, they get a draw or a loss against Cardiff. And we have got an international break now going into that. So if we could stay in second for that international break, that'd be fantastic psychologically as well. Of course, if they draw, I think they go level with us, but we'll be second still on goal difference. Don't go anywhere over the international break. Well, I mean, you can go somewhere, but I mean, like, there'll be stuff on the channel. I'll be posting on the channel over the international break, so you're not missing Leeds too much. And yeah, there'll be plenty more content on the way. So make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. And yeah, there'll be live streams, all that good stuff for when the football comes back as well. So yeah, thanks for watching Leeds Lately. Oh, actually, no, wait. Who's my man of the match? I think Ampadu won man of the match from Sky Sports, because he was first in nearly every category. So I think I'll give it to Ampadu as well, because he just commanded from the back. He did really well. Although, honourable mention to Joe Rodon, who had his head kicked, his head headbutted, and all the other stuff as well. I'm pretty sure he had like 2 black eyes from a previous game and got his eye cut open, a bit like a boxer's cut, like the one that Tyson Fury had that stopped the fight the other week. He had a cut across here that they actually had to get a cut man on to come and sort that one out for him. And so, yeah, he was fine in the end, but I did think that he had a good game as well. Firpo had a good game and got that assist, but I do think it was a bit worrying the way he passed it back to them when they nearly scored a goal. So a little bit of improvement on that. But yeah, nevertheless, Leeds have won, 3 points on the board. And yeah, I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.